Have you ever thought that the vitamin you take every morning is helping your heart? But what if I told you, especially if you're over 60, that very same supplement might be silently weakening your heart every single day? This happened to my best friend, John. He exercised regularly, ate clean, and took all the right vitamins his doctor recommended. But one crisp autumn morning, he collapsed in his garden. It wasn't just the heart attack that shocked me, it was what the doctor told us after. His heart was overwhelmed, not by disease, but by vitamin overload. As we age, our liver slows, our blood vessels inflame more easily, and our hearts grow more fragile. What works for younger adults can quietly become toxic for seniors. Especially if you're missing vital nutrients like niacin, vitamin D3, omega-3 fatty acids, and magnesium, nutrients that science has shown can reduce cardiovascular inflammation, prevent heart disease, and even lower your risk of death. In this video, I, Harold Bennett, will reveal the top 5 heart-healthy vitamins for seniors that can strengthen your heart day by day. And sadly, these are the very vitamins most people 60 plus are not getting enough of. Vitamin number 1 on this list. It's connected to a groundbreaking European study that showed a 36% reduction in all-cause mortality. Leave a comment if you've ever felt confused by which vitamins support heart health and which might be harmful. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around, because what you need isn't more supplements. It's the right supplements for your heart. I once met a woman named Linda, 67 years old, living in Michigan. Every morning, she would open her window, sip her coffee, and swallow her daily multivitamin. But just a few months later, she was rushed to the hospital with chest pain. No history of heart disease. So what weakened her heart? The answer was a vitamin D3 deficiency. While vitamin D3 has long been recognized for its role in calcium absorption and bone health, recent scientific studies have revealed its critical impact on cardiovascular health, especially for those over 60. A 2020 study published in the British Medical Journal found that older adults with a deficiency in vitamin D3 faced a 64% higher risk of developing heart disease, stroke, and chronic inflammation compared to those with stable D3 levels. The worst part? Most seniors don't even realize they're deficient. After age 60, the skin's ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight drops by more than 50%. Combine that with spending more time indoors and wearing sunscreen, and sunlight becomes an unreliable source. But vitamin D3 plays a pivotal role in reducing inflammation, supporting endothelial function, and boosting immune response, the very mechanisms that protect your heart. If you've experienced chronic fatigue, unexplained muscle aches, or frequent colds, it may not be just aging. It could be your body signaling a lack of vitamin D3. Leave a comment below if you're currently supplementing with vitamin D3, or if you're unsure about the right dose for your age. Experts recommend 1,000 to 2,000 IU of vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, per day for older adults, the form that is easiest to absorb and most similar to what your body naturally produces. Always take it with a meal that includes fat for better absorption. Keep in mind, supplementation should be tailored. Get your blood levels tested and consult with your doctor. But for those deficient, proper vitamin D3 supplementation may lower the risk of cardiovascular disease, enhance immune function, and restore energy levels that you thought were long gone. And don't go anywhere, vitamin number 3 and number 1 coming up later in the video will challenge everything you thought you knew about heart health after 60. A few years back, I had a good friend named Walter. The kind of man who ate clean, never smoked, and walked every morning in the park. But one morning, while making coffee, he had a minor stroke. We were all shocked. The doctors later traced it to something surprisingly small yet vital, omega-3 fatty acids. That day, I made it my mission to understand omega-3. You see, our bodies can't produce it on their own. We need to get it from food or supplements. And after age 60, our ability to absorb nutrients drops, which makes EPA and DHA, the two most crucial forms of omega-3, even harder to retain. What I found was startling: low omega-3 omega-3 levels can lead to high triglycerides, elevated blood pressure, and irregular heart rhythms, all major risk factors for heart disease. According to a study from the American Heart Association, seniors with higher blood levels of omega-3 had a 36% lower risk of death from all causes. That's not just impressive, it's life-changing. I still remember holding my first bottle of fish oil and wondering, can this tiny capsule really make a difference? But within a few weeks of taking 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA daily, I was sleeping deeper, my heart rhythm felt steadier, and I stopped feeling that random afternoon fatigue. My doctor later confirmed that if you're not eating fatty fish like salmon or mackerel 2 to 3 times a week, omega-3 supplementation is not just helpful, it's essential. But quality matters. Choose a fish oil that is purified, tested for heavy metals, and preferably in triglyceride form for better absorption. If you're like me, no longer eating much fish, on blood pressure medications, statins, or diuretics, then omega-3 fatty acids aren't just a good idea. They're vital. Ask yourself, have you had enough heart-healthy fats this week? If you've ever tried omega-3 supplements, I'd love to hear your story. Drop a comment below. Your experience might be just what someone else needs to hear. In the next segment, I'll reveal a little-known vitamin I discovered while managing my blood pressure. It shocked even my doctor. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. A few months ago, I was sipping my morning coffee at Jim's Diner in a quiet Oregon suburb when my old friend Walter, a 72-year-old retired Marine, walked in looking worn out. He sat down and said, "Harold, I've been feeling drained lately. My muscles ache, my heart races, and the doctor says it's because of the statins." Unfortunately, that didn't surprise me. Many American seniors, especially veterans like Walter, are prescribed statin drugs to manage cholesterol. What they're not told is that statins can drastically deplete one of the body's most vital compounds, coenzyme Q10, CoQ10. CoQ10 is not some fancy, obscure nutrient. It's the powerhouse behind your heart's energy production and a key antioxidant that protects your cardiovascular system. After 60, our bodies naturally produce less of it. Add statin therapy to the mix, and levels drop even further, leading to muscle weakness, fatigue, and even mild heart dysfunction. I shared with Walter what I'd learned from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. CoQ10 supplementation significantly improves heart function in chronic heart failure patients. In fact, top institutions like the Cleveland Clinic recommend CoQ10 as a natural support for older adults on statins. Walter took my advice and started taking 100 milligrams of CoQ10 in soft gel form every morning. About 3 weeks later, he called me, excited, "Harold, I feel recharged. Walking is easier, my heart feels calmer, and even my knees aren't aching." His story is not an isolated case. Across the US, many seniors are rediscovering their energy thanks to CoQ10. Scientific research supports its benefits in enhancing cardiac cellular energy, relieving statin-induced muscle pain, stabilizing heart rhythm and blood pressure, reducing oxidative stress and inflammation. If you or a loved one over 60 is on statins and feeling inexplicably fatigued, it might not be just aging. You could be running low on CoQ10. Talk to your doctor about taking coenzyme Q10 supplements, especially in the range of 100 to 200 milligrams daily, using bioavailable forms like ubiquinone or ubiquinol. These are the most effective options for aging bodies. And if you've ever tried CoQ10 for heart health, share your experience in the comments. Your story could be the inspiration someone else needs to feel better today. Next up, we're diving into a forgotten mineral that can control your heartbeat and help lower your blood pressure. Stay with me. I remember meeting Mr. George, a 68-year-old retired engineer from Texas, during a community health workshop. He told me about his recent struggles with irregular heartbeat, fluctuating blood pressure, and nighttime leg cramps. After a medical evaluation, doctors discovered he was deficient in magnesium, a vital mineral for heart rhythm regulation and blood pressure control. Magnesium plays a critical role in supporting cardiovascular health. When your body lacks this essential mineral, you're at greater risk for arrhythmia, hypertension, and arterial calcification. Common signs of magnesium deficiency include fatigue and muscle weakness, cramping and muscle spasms, irregular heartbeats, elevated blood pressure, insomnia and anxiety. To maintain healthy magnesium levels, especially after age 60, you should eat magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens, seeds, beans, and whole grains. Take magnesium supplements such as magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate, under a doctor's guidance. Adopt a balanced lifestyle with stress reduction and regular physical activity. If you or someone you know experiences any of these symptoms, it's crucial to get tested and discuss appropriate supplementation with your doctor. Don't let magnesium deficiency silently undermine your heart health. This small mineral could make a big difference in your overall vitality and well-being. You may have heard of niacin, also known as vitamin B3, as a beneficial vitamin for the body, but did you know that it plays an incredibly important role in protecting heart health, especially for those over 60 years old? Niacin, besides supporting metabolic processes and energy conversion, is one of the vitamins that effectively lowers cholesterol and reduces the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Specifically, for seniors, supplementing with niacin can help reduce LDL cholesterol levels, bad cholesterol, and increase HDL cholesterol, good cholesterol, thereby protecting blood vessels and preventing cardiovascular diseases. Niacin can significantly lower harmful fats in the body, including triglycerides, which are a contributing factor to heart disease. Recent studies have shown that niacin can significantly reduce triglyceride levels in the blood, which is essential because high triglyceride levels can lead to artery blockages, causing heart attacks or strokes. However, not everyone knows that niacin can also have side effects if used incorrectly. One of the common side effects of niacin supplementation is the occurrence of flushing, a condition where the face becomes red, itchy, or feels hot, which can make users uncomfortable. This often happens when taking high doses of niacin, especially non-extended release forms. Although flushing isn't a dangerous condition, it can make the user feel uneasy. So, how can you use niacin safely and effectively? Research suggests that extended-release niacin, niacin, helps reduce flushing while still delivering optimal cardiovascular benefits. For older adults, if you're considering niacin supplementation, it's best to start with a low dose and gradually increase it, while always consulting with your doctor or a nutrition expert to ensure that this supplement is suitable for your health. While niacin is incredibly beneficial for heart health, we don't always need to supplement with it if our diet is already rich in niacin. A diet abundant in niacin-rich foods such as poultry, fish, nuts, and whole grains can meet your body's needs without additional supplements. However, for those with heart disease or a family history of heart conditions, doctors may recommend niacin supplementation to support the treatment of vascular-related diseases. Niacin helps improve the function of the blood vessel endothelium, preventing the formation of blood clots, thus reducing the risk of serious heart conditions. In conclusion, niacin is an essential vitamin and plays a key role in maintaining heart health, especially in older adults. However, using niacin requires scientific supervision and adjustments. If you're considering taking niacin to protect your heart, always consult with your doctor before starting supplementation. Every person is different, and using the correct dosage along with a balanced diet is the key to ensuring that niacin provides the maximum benefit for your heart health. Did you know that every year in the US, thousands of seniors are hospitalized, not because of a new illness, but because of taking vitamins? I know, it sounds surprising. But it's true. I almost became one of them. Back when I was 71, I read an article claiming that niacin, vitamin B3, could lower cholesterol and protect the heart. It sounded great. Without a second thought, I went to the pharmacy, grabbed a 1000 milligrams bottle, and started taking it every day. No doctor's advice. Just trust in what I read. At first, I felt better, slept more deeply, and felt more energized. But by the 7th night, I woke up in a panic. My face was burning, my skin flushed bright red, my heart pounding like a drum. For a moment, I truly thought I was having a heart attack. At the ER, the doctor told me, "Mr. Bennett, this is a typical reaction to niacin overdose, especially when taken without supervision." I couldn't believe it. Something I thought was helping my heart health after 60 nearly sent me to the ICU. You see, we tend to assume that vitamins are harmless, natural, and therefore safe. But the truth is, nothing is safe when taken the wrong way. Especially at our age, when our bodies are more sensitive than ever. Take vitamin D3, for example. It's essential for seniors. It reduces inflammation and supports bones and cardiovascular function. But too much can cause calcium buildup, leading to kidney stones or irregular heartbeats. Then there are omega-3 fatty acids. They help lower triglycerides and stabilize heart rhythms. But if you're already on blood thinners like warfarin, high doses of omega-3 can dangerously thin your blood. Magnesium is another key player. It helps regulate blood pressure and relaxes blood vessels. But if you take too much, you risk diarrhea, muscle weakness, or worse, it can worsen kidney problems in elderly patients without them even realizing it. A close friend of mine, Charles, 78, once started taking coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, after reading that it could reduce statin side effects. He bought a high-dose version online and took it religiously. A few weeks later, he collapsed from a sudden drop in blood sugar. Turns out, CoQ10 can interfere with insulin, which was dangerous for someone with his history of diabetes. I'm not telling you these stories to scare you. I'm sharing them because knowledge is one thing, but personalized guidance is what saves lives. Not every supplement is right for every senior. What works for someone else might harm you. I believe a healthy heart isn't built by miracle pills, but by informed, thoughtful choices. If you're thinking about taking supplements, especially while on blood pressure or heart medications, please talk to your doctor first. A 15-minute conversation might save you months of complications. And if you found these insights helpful, please, don't keep them to yourself. Share this video with someone you care about. A small click might just protect a senior's heart. We've just gone on a journey together, not just to list the best vitamins for heart health after 60, but to truly understand why each one matters. At our age, we often hear advice like eat healthy or exercise regularly. But the truth is, sometimes, missing just one key nutrient, like vitamin D3, magnesium, or CoQ10, can throw our entire cardiovascular system off balance. And if you remember, I'm not speaking from theory. I'm Harold Bennett, and I've lived through it. I once believed niacin was a magic bullet for heart health, until I ended up in the ER. That moment taught me something deeper than just a health tip. It taught me humility toward my own body. I want you to remember these 5 vitamins as the 5 gatekeepers that help protect your heart. Vitamin D3, not just for bones, it helps reduce inflammation and supports healthy blood vessels. Omega-3 lowers triglycerides, stabilizes blood pressure, and prevents irregular heart rhythms. Coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, supports heart function, especially for seniors on statins. Magnesium keeps the heart rhythm steady and regulates blood vessel tension. Niacin, vitamin B3, helps manage cholesterol, but only when used wisely. However, let me be clear, there is no magic pill. Everybody is different. Every medical history is unique. Supplements are beneficial, but only when chosen wisely. And the wisest choice? Consult your doctor. Let them guide you based on your actual condition. I made this video not to lecture, but because I believe, when you have the right information, you can make better decisions. And for us seniors, sometimes one small correct choice can give us a few more years of strength, years to walk, to cook, to laugh with our grandkids. If you found this video valuable, I warmly invite you to share it. Send it to a friend your age, a family member, or anyone caring for an elderly loved one. A simple share from you could become a life-changing turning point for someone on the edge of illness and wellness. And if you'd like to hear more stories like this, real lessons, real experiences from a 76-year-old man who still takes daily walks, still lives fully, hit that subscribe button. Here, you won't just get heart health advice. You'll have a companion. A fellow senior sharing honestly, every week, from heart to heart. See you in the next video. And remember, staying healthy isn't luck, it's a choice we repeat, every single day.